Good evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Monday, August 14, 2023. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Couple dies in murder-suicide at Long Creek. 2 teen boys killed in Montrose accident. 3 RUPUNUNI children killed in fiery boat accident. New 38 million health center opens in BERBICE. 3 more on the way. And bring your skills and invest. Minister ASHNI Singh urges diaspora. Now for the news in detail. A 2-year relationship ended in a tragic murder-suicide in the wee hours of Monday after a couple was found with gunshot wounds at Long Creek on the Susac-Linden Highway. Dead are 26-year-old Ajay Budan and his 18-year-old girlfriend, Ashley Singh, who were found on a trail leading to a farm owned by the man. The evening news was informed that the couple shared a rocky relationship and infidelity is suspected to have led to the incident. At about 1 hour on Monday, Budan, a license holder of a semi-automatic 12-gauge shotgun, went to visit his girlfriend, but it is unclear what transpired during that visit. Hours later, at about 7:30 hours, workers discovered the bodies along the trail while they were traversing to the farm. Singh's body was seated in the front passenger seat of a pickup with wounds to the neck and shoulder. Budan's body, on the other hand, was found outside the vehicle with an injury to the head. It is suspected that the man had shot his girlfriend before turning the gun on himself. After the discovery was made, persons raised an alarm in the community and the police were summoned to the scene. Investigations are continuing. 2 male teens are now dead following an accident which occurred along the Montrose public road on the east coast of Demerara. Tasia Dickinson reports that the 2 friends were speeding in a car at the time of the fatal crash.
Dead are 19-year-old Michael Peer of Lot 1102 Hope South Enmore East Coast Demerara and Daniel Durant, also 19, of Lot 68 Seaforth Street, Campbellville, Georgetown. According to a police report, investigations revealed that the teenagers were in a motorcar driven by Peer, who was speeding west along the southern carriage along the East Coast Corridor. Whilst negotiating a bend in the road at Montrose, the young driver lost control of the vehicle. As a result, the car ended up on the northern carriage and into the path of 2 other cars which were proceeding in the opposite direction. Following the collision, all drivers and occupants were taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where the 2 teens were pronounced dead. The evening news on Monday spoke with Durant's older brother, Samuel.
The last location he said he was headed was to the seawall. Up the East Coast was never something that I knew of.
The victim, Durant, was an upcoming mechanic at Junior Sammy Inc. and had a lot of other passions such as graphics, music, and more.
He has a lot of areas. He likes singing. He likes to, these different boots customizing and a lot of different things, machinery, heavy-duty machinery, on a wide base.
As a result of the accident, the other 2 drivers and occupants of the respective vehicles were injured and are currently receiving medical treatment. Investigations are ongoing. Tasia Dickinson, The Evening News.
We now tell you that the lives of 3 children were lost during the wee hours of Saturday when a boat transporting fuel along the Essequibo River crashed into a boulder, causing an instant explosion that pitched occupants into the treacherous waterway. Tasia Dickinson joins us now to report that 2 of the children were reportedly burned to death and that their bodies were also attacked by piranhas during the horrific ordeal.
The tragedy occurred at around 3 hours on Saturday in the vicinity of Piri Piri, Essequibo River. The victims are 12-year-old Linda Joseph, a student of Ishalton Secondary School, who resided at Karayudar Village, South RUPUNUNI, as well as 3-year-old Norisha Aya and 11-month-old Newton Aya, siblings of Masakanari Village, also in Region 9. There were 7 other occupants of the boat who received injuries, including the District Development Officer of Masakanari Village, Donnie Charlie. The vessel, a 35-foot wooden boat propelled by a 30-horsepower outboard engine, was captained by 27-year-old Joseph Aya. At the time, the boat was transporting 72 sacks of cement and 3 gasoline drums. Police said it was heading from Parabaro Village to Masakanari Village. The cement was intended to construct an airstrip in the village. To Shah of Aishalton Village, Michael Thomas explained that the route taken by the vessel is not commonly traveled.
Hi, good afternoon. From what I learned just now from the health worker here is that the boat was transporting cement and fuel from Parabara to out to Masakinyar. Those materials are intended to be used on upgrading their airstrip.
Reports are that the boat collided with a rock during the journey, resulting in the vessel capsizing and the passengers being thrown overboard. Reports also indicate that there was an explosion resulting in 2 of the children receiving burns to their bodies. Moreover, their faces were partially eaten by piranhas. Parliamentary Representative for Region 9, Alistair Charlie, expressed profound sadness over this tragedy.
In the light of the major tragedy, the recent boat mishap in Masakanari, leading to the untimely loss of 3 young YY Amerindian lives, is a source of profound sorrow. As Member of Parliament representing Region 9, I extend my heartfelt condolences to the YY community in Masakanari, also known as Cornishin. My thoughts and prayers are with them during this distressing time.
Meanwhile, Amerindian Affairs Minister Pauline Sukai visited the grieving families where she pledged government support to help them during this sorrowful time. Tasia Dickinson, The Evening News.
Almost 10 pounds of marijuana worth $1.5 million were seized by ranks of the Customs Anti-Narcotics Unit during an operation on Friday at Sandaka Creek, Region 6. Reports are that the canoe officers intercepted a boat with 2 occupants, 22-year-old Stephen Siraj and Anthony Sugrim, both of Crabwood Creek. A search of the boat resulted in the discovery of a quantity of suspected cannabis. The items, along with the suspects, were taken to Kano headquarters, where the cannabis was positively identified by a test. Investigations are ongoing. Our BERBICE correspondent Andrew Carmichael joins us now to report that a new health center in Region 6 was on Monday declared open by Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony. The center will cater for 3,000 residents of the community of Fort Ordnance and surrounding villages.
That was the ceremonial opening of the new health facility in Region 6, East Berbice Quarantine. The health center, which cost $38 million, will ease the travel burden of persons living in Fort Ordnance and surrounding communities who usually access health services from the Cumberland and Good Banana Land Health Centers and the New Amsterdam Hospital. Region 6 Chairman David Armagon explained that the facility was funded through the 2022 national budget, and the decision to establish the new facility there was taken as a result of the rising population and the community's location in proximity to other health facilities.
And this year too, when we did the 2023 budget, we looked at the same criteria. And now we are building 2 additional health centers. One at Chesney on the quarantine, by Albion side, and one at Keenfield in Kanji, and one at Mara. 3 additional health centers this year.
Meanwhile, Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony pointed out that while more facilities are being established, the focus now is on improving health care delivery and on preventative medicine. He noted that his ministry has been given a mandate by the President to turn the local health system into a world-class one. In order to do this, the health minister said every level in the system has to be improved.
So we got to fix things at the primary health care level. We have to fix things at the tertiary level. We have to get more people to work in health. And of course, we have to expand the services that we are offering to the people of the country. And within this very short period of time, we have started to do all of this. So we are fixing these facilities that exist, but we also recognize that, as Chairman would have rightly said, there are gaps. There are population growth in certain areas, and we don't have a healthcare facility in that area. And therefore we need to think about how we'll serve that population. And one way of serving the population is to make a healthcare facility in that area. And so when we look across this region, we recognize that there are various gaps. Your community was one of them, and that is why we have built this facility so that you can access services closer to where you live.
The health minister said a doctor will soon be sent to the new health facility, as the objective is to have at least 216 interventions done at the facility. Andrew Carmichael, The Evening News.
Coming up, over 100 prefab homes exported on their 1,000-plus modular timber project, and the process begins for residents of Number 3 Village to get land titles. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Did you know that John Lewis Styles carries back-to-school items? Besides clothing and footwear, you can also get lunch bags from $3,500, backpacks from $4,500, and pulley backpacks from $10,995, all for the same price or less than buying online, and it's already here. Also, get a chance to win one RCA tablet every week in August. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend. That's 4 tablets you can Google homework with. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Optic offers great patient care that is tailored for my entire family.
At Optic, a wide selection of affordable optical frames and optical services are available to fit your budget.
At Optic, my family is provided with comprehensive eye examination and access to their ophthalmology services, all under one roof.
Optic takes pride in delivering exceptional customer service and a unique experience to you, our customers.
Optic Vision Care is a company that is Guyanese born and grown that will help you take care of your precious eyes.
Superbet, your best bet. Did you know that you have a chance to win up to 15 million with sport betting? Simply place your bets at www.superbet.gy for your chance to be the next lucky millionaire. Must be 18 years and older. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly.
Guyana, the International Building Expo is back. The advances made in the housing, construction, and infrastructure sector is everyone's business. Come down to the Guyana National Stadium from Thursday, August 24th through Sunday, August 27th and get a glimpse of the latest in building techniques. Interact with service providers in the sector and financial institutions. Make it a family affair and bring the kids too. Enjoy free entry during our grand opening night on August 24th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Admission fee applies after 8 p.m. Gates open at 11 a.m. daily from August 25th to 27th. Admission easy. Adults $500 and kids under 12 free.
I know this place. You are in it. Oh no, welcome to Building Expo.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. Finance Minister Dr. ASHNI Singh today urged members of the diaspora who are thinking of returning to Guyana to identify and put their skills to use when investing and contributing to the country's growth. Find out more in this Jarrell Bryan report.
On Monday, shipping company Le Parkin marked the opening of their Technology Expo at the Pegasus Conference Center. The occasion is also the Parkin's 40th anniversary. Finance Minister Dr. ASHNI Singh was on hand to give the feature address during the ceremony. Referencing Guyana's economic growth, the Finance Minister called on the diaspora to utilize whatever skills are in demand and invest in Guyana.
Oftentimes I have conversations with people in the diaspora who want to participate in what's happening in Guyana. You know, they see exciting growth and they want to participate in Guyana. And they have conversations with this and want to know, well, what can I do? And I always say to them, you have to know what you are good at. You have to know what your own skills and comparative advantages are. You have to know what your own risk appetite is. And you have to put your skills and your comparative advantages at work for you. I can't tell you what the best opportunities are because I don't know what you are good at. I don't know what your skills are. Every single person really has to identify what their unique and peculiar skills are or what their interests are and convert those into an opportunity and a successful business. That's something that has to be done at an individual level.
He also used Le Parkin as an example of the need for the private sector to diversify their operations and increase efficiency.
Having started a business in one particular line of activity, Le Parkin did not rest on its laurels and said, we are the gods of shipping barrels and boxes, but pushed the frontier to explore what other new and emerging opportunities might exist and diversified considerably. We still have a long way to go as a country in deploying technology to improve efficiency in what we do. It's something that we are seriously considering in government. It's something that I urge that you also do in the private sector. Urgently to seek out ways in which technology, whether Canon technology or somebody else's, you'll forgive me for not confining my remarks to Canon only, consider how technology can be used to improve efficiency. Efficiency in the things that we do, the quality of service delivery, and efficiency in the deployment of assets.
Meanwhile, the expo featured Canon innovation and imaging solution products and technologies, seminars and image innovation demonstrations were also held. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
The government aims to expand its consultations with stakeholders looking to take advantage of local content opportunities with Petroleum Coordinator Bobby Gosai, assuring that government is targeting the second half of this year for the countrywide exercise. Here is Gerald Bryan again with the details.
During the recently concluded Guyana Local Content and Capacity Building Conference, participants were given an overview of local content in Guyana. Specifically, Petroleum Coordinator in the Ministry of Natural Resources Bobby Gosai Jr. informed them that government will be ramping up consultations on local content. Gosai noted that even the Local Content Act specifies that consultations must be held on local content within a fiscal year.
And what we are going to be doing as Secretariat, we didn't get to it in the first half of this year, but we plan to start it within the second half of this year or within this half that we're in, is to take that consultative approach and that educational approach of what local content is, understanding it, and how you can be part of that value chain, that maximizing value chain, so to speak, but at a very, very small level. It's a daunting task when you have to bring the benefits of local content for small and medium-sized enterprises to see the benefits of it. Some of them are already part of that through the established partnership that other agencies have been doing, because they take the opportunities out to the regions, or take it out to the people, so to speak, so that they see. What the Secretariat will be doing is working along with those agencies, those business support organizations, to show the new areas and also to show the old areas or the defined areas of how you can tap into this industry.
According to Gosai, capacity building of locals has to happen across the country rather than concentrated in hubs. He also re-emphasized the importance of partnerships and consortiums to maximize value.
One of the things that we would have done, firstly, is understand that there is a need for that kind of operation. And then we start at the bigger level, which is the catering and hospitality of the FPSOs and the supply vessels. There wasn't a single Guyanese firm that perhaps could have reached all of the requirements, whether it was the capital or whether the skill or whether the certification. We engaged with the hospitality industry, the caterers, and we came up with a consortium of local businesses that can find the capital to invest in the company that is already operating. But that investment is not a financial investment alone. Over a period of 5 years, they are supposed to partner, learn the trade, be able to provide the goods and services to the country. Like I said, that moving scale. Those are how we are. That is one example of how we are going to do.
So far, there are already thousands of Guyanese taking advantage of local content opportunities. It was revealed that in the first half of 2023, the 40 service areas that were carved out to specifically benefit Guyanese-owned companies generated over US $320 million. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
Tasia Dickinson joins us to report that under the 1,000-plus modular timber project launched earlier this year, Duravilla Homes has exported over 100 prefab houses to Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Here is more.
To date, I'm pleased to say that we would have shipped in excess of 100 homes. We would have shipped actually about 105 homes. We have in our factory 20 more homes, and these homes are going to Barbados and St. Vincent. This is where the contract first started with our company, to produce a home for export.
Chief Executive Officer of Duravilla, Rafi Khan, during an interview with the Evening News, where he noted that the company ships these houses on a monthly basis.
We've been shipping monthly. The 70 homes, is confirmed for Barbados and has been produced, and 50 homes for St. Vincent. Of St. Vincent, majority has been shipped.
Khan shared that when the project was first launched in February, the company faced some challenges in terms of mobilizing as quickly as it wanted to. He previously underscored that the housing demand in the Caribbean region has been growing rapidly and consequently can lead to Guyana doubling its exports by the end of the year. These prefab houses, when sent to other countries, are built to meet the respective building code regulations and to withstand disasters such as hurricanes. This project is expected to bring housing solutions for the Caribbean region and is also expected to hike Guyana's export earnings. Tasia Dickinson, The Evening News.
The process has commenced for residents of Number 3 Village on the west coast of Berbice to get their land titles. Andrew Carmichael reports that Legal Affairs Minister Anil Nandlal held a consultation with the residents on Saturday as the first stage of the lengthy and complicated process. Andrew Carmichael has the details.
On Saturday, Minister of Legal Affairs Anil Nandlal held a consultation exercise with residents of Number 3 Village, also known as MONTROSE in Region 5, Mica Berbice. According to Nandlal, who is also the Attorney General, there are large pockets of people who have neither transport nor certificates of title for the land they have been occupying for decades. He explained that for whatever reason, there are gaps in the system which has resulted in some villages not being regularized, something he said his government intends to address.
In Guyana, we have two systems of land ownership. One, by a system called the transport system, and the second system is a system called the certificate of title system or the land registration system. So you either have in Guyana a transport or a document called a certificate of title, which by that instrument you are the owner, or the person whose name is on that document is the absolute owner of the land for which that instrument relates.
Some villages with the problem are Cotton Tree on the west bank of Berbice, Number 2 also called Zizite on the west coast of Berbice, Montrose, Ederton commonly called Number 4 Village, and Zelust commonly called Number 5 Village.
We have decided that we will correct that process. And we will do that which is necessary to ensure at the end of the process you get a document called a certificate of title, which would indicate to the world that you are the owner of that portion of land.
Nanglal said the process is a long one, with several steps being undertaken and completed before the titles are issued. Owners were told that the process cannot be completed without their cooperation, and the state will bear most of the expenses. During the coming week, surveyors are expected to commence work at MONTROSE.
We will have to now do what is called an occupational survey of where you are living within that block. So each house lot, the surveyors will have to come, and you will have to give them access to come into your land and measure the diameter so that we can begin the process of titling. There is nothing more important for you in relation to your property than a document that legally says that you are the owner of it.
For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
And now for a look at the bird reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Tuesday, August 15th at 3:30 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the BERBICE River Bridge is scheduled to be closed on Tuesday, August 15th at 16:20 hours for a period of 1.5 hours.
President Ali Eccles All-Stars lights up T10 Table Blast, and 7th edition of Prime Minister T20 Softball Cup launched. Details of these stories and more in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
Did you know that when you leave your property unoccupied and unmanaged, it deteriorates much faster than you can imagine? Then before you know it, much of your hard-earned investment is wasted. At Hand in Hand Trust Corporation, property management is our business. Whether you travel for long periods, live overseas, or have several properties that require managing, let us at Hand in Hand Trust Corporation take care of this for you. Your property is safe with us. Hand in Hand Trust Corporation Incorporated, a member of the Hand in Hand Group of Companies.
Moving, lifting, or bending, whatever the job, we at Sylvie's Variety Store have the right tools to make it happen. Pallet jacks and hand trucks for bonds and industrial sites, easy pickup and convenient maneuvers. Chain hoist from Roughneck and Northern Industrial, the perfect solution to lifting heavy objects. And then there's the 12-ton and 16-ton hydraulic pipe benders from 1/2 to 2 inch. We also stock the shop press machine from Northern Industrial. Sylvie's Variety Store stocks the tools to make it happen.
Access to quality education for Guyanese countrywide is becoming a reality with the support of monies from the country's oil and gas sector. Some $94.4 billion was allocated this year to support the further development of the education sector. This covers access to textbooks, transportation to school, and hot meals for thousands of students. 30% of the funds used to propel development such as this in Guyana this year is being provided from the country's oil revenues.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.